All right, so for your gargoyles, let's go ahead. I assume you just took it out of the bag and you're looking at it again. Well, you might need to go ahead and the first few moments that you see it, it's good to go ahead and do some smoothing on your project. So any of the finger dents and everything, go ahead and take a little bit of time and smooth out any of the finger dents, making sure that it's nice and continuous. If you have any cracks, let's say I see on the top up here, that's not too bad of a crack, but it's a little bit of a crack. If it was any worse than that, you most definitely need to do this. So what you can do is, if you have a crack, go ahead and give it stitches. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of take a tool, give it some stitches, and then you're going to go ahead and blend that back together. So why you don't want to just blend it back together is because that opening that was underneath it is still going to be there. So you want to make sure that you put the stitches to kind of bind the two layers together and then blend it back over. So that's fantastic. All right, next thing that we're gonna do after you've kind of fixed it, next we're gonna go ahead and make the wings today. When you make the wings, you can take some new clay, and with your new clay, if you're going to be making a pair of anything, so I'm going to be making 2 wings, the first thing that you need to do is to make sure that you have equal amounts of clay that you're starting with. After you make your 2 equal amounts, let's go ahead and, as we did yesterday, the first thing you need to do is to go ahead and put anything that you're working with into a ball. And once again, you're doing that for the exact same reason. You can tell that one is quite a bit bigger. I'm going to go ahead and make one smaller. So why you're working these into a ball is to make sure that there's not any large cracks or anything that are going to cause you problems later with your project. Now I'm going to go ahead and start making my wing. When I make the wing, I am going to press this down, making sure that it's not too thin. I might have gotten it just a little too thin, so I'm going to go ahead and kind of blend that back together so that edge isn't so thin. Also, you can start, this is when you can start using some of the tools to go ahead and, let's say I have this great design, it's okay, but I think I'd like to make it a little bit sharper at the top. I can take a tool and cut the wing design out that I'd really like. I got it a little too thin before, so I cut that off so that I have a little bit more of a thickness to it so it's not so weak. All right. Now, after I have that done, I'm going to go ahead and suggest that you make your second one before you attach it so that you can take it, make sure that you are matching it up really nicely. All right, so let's imagine I made my second one. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to attach this onto my project. Anytime that you're attaching clay on, you need to do scoring and slipping. So what you're going to do here is you're going to rough up this clay surface, and it works exactly the same as if you have shoe tread on the bottom of your shoe. So you're going to take this and give it some traction. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on there. Next, I'm going to take some slip. This is the glue for your pottery. And I'm going to go ahead and attach this on here. All right, so that's one wing. It's attached on there pretty well. That's probably going to stay, but it works even better and it looks better. Instead of this being attached, kind of like, I always think that looks like kind of like a Barbie arm. Instead, you want it to be blended on like it was something from real life. So if you blend the two together, it's a much better appearance. And sometimes if you can't really get around with your hand to do something, you can also take a tool, blend the two surfaces together, blend that together, and then you can go ahead and add your second wing on there. So we're working, so far we have the body, and then we're going to go ahead and move into the large extremities. So we have the wings, and then we're going to put another wing on there. Your legs and arms are more of the large extremities. After you have that done, you're going to be able to put on your small extremities, and that'll be the next video.